I recently found out this year that this was a live action movie. Do not kill the messenger. I'm just gonna deliver this message, okay? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to 80s, 90s, and 2000s vibes. You know the vibes, and I'm with the team. So today we will be talking about something nostalgic, of course, because you're here with Nostalgia with B.Poetique. And today's topic is cartoons that came out in the 90s or a little bit before. So like 80s, 90s cartoons that came out that were made into live movies or vice versa. So let's get into it. This first set of cartoons were movies first, and then they were made into cartoons. So the very first one that I'll be discussing is Batman. The first Batman movie came out in 1966, but it wasn't made into a cartoon until 1992. On September 5th, 1992, the Batman cartoon came out, and if you were a Batman fan at the time, like, that was really a special moment, because you got to really think about it. If the movie came out in 66, you got to be a loyal Batman fan to still be watching Batman. And the cartoon just added a little more flavor because it was also based on the comic books. The next movie that was made into a cartoon is Beetlejuice. The Beetlejuice movie came out in 1988, and the cartoon came out a year later on September 9th, 1989. The Beetlejuice movie, still hands down, like, October is one of my faves because it's spooky season. Beetlejuice is definitely an all-time fave for the Halloween season. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all decided to watch Beetlejuice after watching this video, because it's the season for that, even though it's always spooky season. But that's just my favorite time of year. So, spooky season, Beetlejuice. It was a movie first, and then it was made into a animated cartoon in 89. The next cartoon that was a movie first is The Mask, and this is also a good spooky season movie. The original movie came out in 1994, and a year later the animated series came out in August of 1995, August 12th to be exact. When the cartoon came out, it was very closely related to the movie, but like Batman, it added a little extra to make it that much more entertaining. And I particularly remember watching it, and I just thought it was the funniest thing because it's kind of like a multiple personality thing. He was this regular guy at first, and he put this mask on and was just fabulous. It's just extravagant. So I honestly would still watch that again if it was on TV, or if somebody like gave me like a box set or something. Definitely. These next few cartoons were cartoons first, and then they were made into live action movies. The very first one that I'll be discussing is Inspector Gadget. The cartoon version of Inspector Gadget came out December 4th, 1982. This cartoon was about once again a regular guy. He got hurt, and in order to save his life and his limbs, he went to a doctor that instead of doing surgery on his regular body, they added a little extra, and they turned him into a gadget. So I don't know if you've ever seen one of those all-in-one tools where it's like a screwdriver, a knife, a bottle opener. Like, it's a 10-in-1 thing. He was basically one of those. He was a gadget that could do pretty much anything. And later in 1999, the live action movie of Inspector Gadget came out, and the movie, in my opinion, did not disappoint. But, you know, it might have changed now that we're older, but that's still a classic in my eyes, because I think it was on Disney Channel or something. But yes, I would still watch Inspector Gadget. The next cartoon that was turned into a movie is one that we all are very familiar with. And the excitement for these movies when they came out, you notice I said movies. I didn't say movie. When the live action movies came out, we lost it. So that series that I'm talking about is Transformers. Transformers came out as a cartoon September 17th, 1984. And it was not until 2007 that the first Transformers movie was made. When that movie was made, I kid you not, like, movie theaters were packed. And it was packed for the first one, the second one, the third. Like, Transformers did its thing, and then it had the spinoff for my favorite B. It had the spinoff for that one. Transformers has definitely stamped the movie scene, cartoon scene, as classic, and you can't erase it. You cannot erase Transformers. So highly recommended Transformers. If you have not seen the cartoons do not disappoint either. This next one might make a few people mad because they did not like the live action version of this movie, and some people didn't even know that it was a live action version of this movie. I recently found out this year that this was a live action movie, and in my opinion, it's not my cup of tea, but it might be someone's. And I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z. Now hear me out. Do not kill the messenger. I'm just going to deliver this message, okay? Just the message. If you've seen the movie, then you probably share my same sentiments. If you have not, it doesn't hurt to check it out. That's all I'm going to say. And the live action movie was made in 2009. Like I said, if you've never heard of it, don't feel bad. The next cartoon that was turned into a movie is Pokemon. And in my opinion, that was like my first anime that I fell in love with. I loved Pokemon. I had all of the VHSs, DVDs. I binge watched all of them when they came out on Netflix when I was in college. Like, Pokemon just has a special place in my heart, and it will always be there, okay? But the original cartoon came out April 1st, 1997, and the live action movie came out in 2019. The live action version of Pokemon was called Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and I thought it was a really cute movie. I think it's probably because that was literally one of my all-time faves. But I do recommend watching it. It's a cool movie. It's a nice concept, and it's very different from the cartoon, but it was made into a live action movie. Now, because of the season, it is spooky season. It's October. Halloween is coming up. These cartoon/movies could be some costume inspiration. Out of all of them, I think that I would probably be the masked character. And I didn't pick Beetlejuice because I've seen a few people do Beetlejuice, and I don't want to overdo it. You know, sometimes you got to keep things classic, and I don't know how different I can do Beetlejuice, but honey, I can do the mask. Would y'all want to see me as the mask? I don't know. I got to think about that because Jim Carrey snapped in the movie. I don't know if I have the same, je ne sais quoi that he had in that movie. But if you had to pick any of these movies to dress up as a character out of, which one would it be? Drop that in the comments section below. And which of these would you buy the box set to in cartoon form to just binge watch? Or which of these should be on Netflix? That's a good one. I feel like all of them should be on Netflix in their cartoon forms, and all of their movies should also be on Netflix. So if Netflix happens to see this, y'all should put all of these on Netflix because they're classics. I don't know if most of them are on Netflix. I do know that Pokemon was on Netflix at one point. I believe Beetlejuice was. But yeah, I think all of them should. I think Dragon Ball Z is on there right now too. But I think all of them should be on some streaming platform because they were classics on television and in movie theaters. These are not movies and series that I feel like have expired in fan value or fanfare. I can't think of the word, y'all. But I don't think that people have forgotten about these movies and these cartoons because they're classics. You cannot beat a good classic. But I hope you guys enjoyed this content. As always, if you want to be a part of the 80s, 90s, and 2000s vibes gang, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If subscribe is still red and it's not gray, that means you didn't subscribe. So anytime that we post on this channel, you will get a notification that we're here. Like, that is new content, and I'm sure you don't want to miss it. So make sure you subscribe. Drop those comments in the comment section below for the questions that I've asked. And if you want to be a part of the Poetic Clique, that's my personal YouTube channel, social media, whatever. If you would like to be a part of that, all of my information is below. Shout out to the team, 80s, 90s, and 2000s vibes. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you come visit me again next first Sunday of November. Probably said that wrong. But every first Sunday of every month, I'm here. So come slide through, relax, and enjoy some nostalgic vibes. But I will see you guys on the next one.